Alright, what is going on, guys? Back for another Gen 1 random. And I have a trash team, but we managed to win, and you'll see how. My opponent starts off with Articuno, and I have a Metapod, which is basically just a useless Pokemon at this point, because the only thing it can do is slow you and do a tiny bit of damage with Tackle. I go ahead and slow the thing down, and for some reason, after blizzarding once, he just sleeps. I guess to rest up, maybe to stall me out a bit. I switch to Seeking, and I go ahead and go for an Agility. And I'm hoping for a crit off of my Double Edge, which I do not get. He's switching to Electrode, going for a Thunder. And I cannot stick around with a Electrode on the board, so I switch to Magneton, knowing that I can take a Thunder. And he misses anyway, so that's good for me. Now, I knew if he had a ground type, he would switch in, but I kind of wanted to just scare it away. So I Thunder Wave, and he switches into Sandshrew, so it's a free switch in for him. I go to Seeking, and I'm going to surf off whatever he has. He knows he can't stick around with Sandshrew anymore, so he's going to switch into Tentacruel, which eats surfs like it's nothing, seeing only doing 13% damage there. I cannot stick around with a Tentacruel, but I do switch to Mr. Mime. Now, too bad for him, because he is trying to set up, and that's just not going to happen with Mr. Mime around. So I assumed to switch, so I just went ahead and Thunder Waved. And he is going to switch into Snorlax and get Thundered. I can't stick around with Snorlax, or with Mr. Mime, so I have to go to Seadra. And unfortunately for me, Snorlax has Thunder, and it does a fair amount of damage, but I Smoke Screen it, and he's going to Amnesia. At this point, I know that I'll just go ahead and just Agility up, and hopefully I can kill it off. Even with his Paralyzed and its reduced accuracy, I don't think it can hit me with Thunder, and he misses Thunder, so that's good. And I'm just going to surf it down as best I can, and he's going to miss his Thunder a second time, which is really good for me. And at this point, I surf it down one more time, take it to 47%, which is less than half, and he finally misses her Atlantis Thunder, so I let go of Seadra. I switch into Mr. Mime, hoping to finish off with the Psychic and the Seismic Toss will take it down to 26%, and he's Parahacked. So thank God. I Psychic and take it down to 9%, and because of the Amnesia, he's able to resist it and not die there. He's Parahacked, and I hit it with another Psychic to finish off. Now, my opponent is switching to Jigglypuff. I really don't want Mr. Mime to be paralyzed or put to sleep, so I switch to Porygon, and he, for some reason, goes to Counter, maybe expecting some kind of attack. So I Thunder Wave it, because Jigglypuff is just ultra slow, and he gets Parahacked. So I try attack it now, knowing I am faster, and he goes for a Seismic Toss, which he probably should have went for Counter. But he takes it down to 66%, and I try attack it again, down to 20%. Now here's where he goes for a Counter, but I'm going to recover, or I'm sorry, he's going to go for a Thunder Wave first, and I'm going to recover. Now he goes for a Counter, but poor Jigglypuff, it's not going to work. And I'm Parahacked a second time, so he's going to go for a Counter, expecting a Tri Attack, and it's completely useless. And now I am faster. I finally go for a Tri Attack and kill it off, so really, really fortunate for me there, going into killing it off without any damage taken at the end. Electrode is faster and chunks me down to 28% with the Thunder, and I Thunder Wave it. So I'm like, thank God the Electrode is Thunder Waved. Even if Porygon dies, having that Electrode paralyzed is really, really good for me. Now I go to Mr. Mime, and I'm going to hit it to 35% with the Psychic, and he is Parahack. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I finish off with the Psychic without taking any damage on Mr. Mime, without even getting paralyzed myself. And now he's going to go into Articuno. And I Thunder Wave the Articuno, almost expecting him to switch into Sandshrew, but he sticks around and hits me with Blizzard. Now I Psychic this thing, but because of its high special defense and special attack, it doesn't do very much. And he has a stab on the Thunderbolt, which is going to hurt, but my Thunderbolt does hurt as well. He misses his Blizzard, which is super, super lucky, and I Psychic the thing down to 13%. He finally kills me off with the Blizzard this next turn. And now I have effectively 2 Pokemon left. The Seeking and then the Magneton. Seeking is faster, so I surf it off the board. His Articuno off the board. Now I switch to the Tentacruel, and he's going to want to set up, so I switch to Magnetron. And he knows that he can't stick around with, so he switches to Sandshrew, and I expect to switch, so I switch immediately back to Seeking, and now I have priority. I should have went for Blizzard here, but I go ahead and surf it because it is a stab move, and that is going to bring it down to 76%. At this point, he's going to Blizzard me, and here is the play of the game. I Blizzard back, almost expecting a switch, but I decided to Blizzard anyway, and I get an absolute clutch freeze on this Tentacruel. With only 2 Pokemon left, there is no way that he will be able to escape from being frozen, because in Gen 1, you are just frozen, unless someone uses a fire move on you. So watch me agility up to a stage 4 speed buff, and he's just waiting to die, knowing that he doesn't want to switch in the Sandshrew. He wants that free switch in, which is very understandable. So I'm just going to Surf, and I finally just double edge it down, getting absolutely no crits, which is very unfortunate because in Gen 1, your critical chance increases with your speed. But be that as it may, I just go ahead and just double edge it off the board. And now he only has 1 Pokemon left, which is Sandshrew. I go for a Surf, but I don't quite kill it in one shot. So I take it down to 3%, and he's going to get very lucky here and get a paralysis off with the body slam. Now, if I was parahacked, that would have sucked, but I am so fast that even with the paralysis, I still go first, and I win the game. So GG. Hope you guys enjoyed that.